guys? Welcome to what would be the episode for the second trial, or what's going to be the episode for the second trial. So, last episode, of course, we did the investigation process. We finished that up. I had arrived to the conclusion that Mondo was the supposed murderer. But we also did a lot of investigation about Genocide Jack. So I'm gonna save on the second, well actually on the third slot, just so if we ever want to get back, we can get back to this section. Right? And I know we can save after we answer, but okay, whatever. So let me tell you. We had arrived at the conclusion that Mondo was the killer. Right, or at least I had arrived at that conclusion, and we also investigated a whole lot about Genocide Jack. Supposedly, Byakuya is really convinced that the killer is Genocide Jack. Thing is, I don't think Mondo is Genocide Jack. At first, I thought, well, maybe he could be. He's part of like biker gangs and everything, so I guess maybe. But after concluding the episode, I started like rounding up a few other evidence, or trying to remember a few other evidences, and I got to infer that Genocide Jack might actually be Toko, the novel writer that writes was it romance? I think she writes romance. How did I get to that conclusion? Well, remember she got locked up in a room after she hit her head, and she started going kind of crazy, saying that she didn't want Genocide Jack to take control, and she didn't want to leave her room. And when we investigated about the files of Genocide Jack, it said that there was a suspicion about, well, Genocide Jack being bipolar, or having a dissociative identity or something like that. So whoever came to mind the first person who came to mind was Toko. Because she was saying that she didn't want Genocide Jack to take control. So that makes me think she knows she has this problem, this mental problem. But she can't really do anything to stop it at this point. But at least she's trying to, you know? At least she knows, and she's trying to, but she can't do anything about it. The thing is, I don't think she is the killer. I still think Mondo is the killer. But based on our investigation and how the crime scene seems very similar to Genocide Jack, she might have had participation, like after the murder, but that wouldn't make her the black end because she didn't deal the killing blow. The other thing about it is that Genocide Jack uses scissors to kill. I didn't see any scissors around the scene, and it didn't seem like Chihiro had been stabbed. At least not at first sight. So that's kind of the other thing. So let's just go on with this, I guess. All right. Okay, so is everyone ready to what? Am I blind or are we missing someone? Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember? Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time. Oh. Okie dokie. I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just a moment, please. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. Alright. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible. You're terrible. So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there. So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. Alright. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. Okay, let's just talk to Mondo, I guess. What's got her so worked up? She's Genocide Jack, and she knows it. So do I just press the elevator? Okay then. I have a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walk toward the elevator on the shaky. Okay. First, I'm actually gonna lower the volume again, because I did that last episode. Or last trial, actually. There. That's perfect. Alright. Let's get going then. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. Alright. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sound deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop. Alright. Yeah, you redecorated. Let's get this over with, alright. Good. You're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it, not at all. Okay then, let's get this show on the road. Everyone please find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Okay, we're gonna save this on a different slot. There. Yeah, let's set skills because I think we got new skills, if I'm not mistaken, and we got new points. So, Robot Jock is there. Neural liberation. The focus gauge decreases more slowly during concentration and fever time. Effective during the non-stop debate, the Hangman's Gambit, and the bullet time battle. Oh, cost a lot. Alright. That's all the skills we have for now. Sure, I guess. I'm not gonna go through I'll go through the evidence, why not? Truth bullets. Okay, the Sakura's account, locker room dumbbell, Mondo's account, card reader, main hall, broken E, Genocide Jack. Okay, switch posters. Okay. Alright, what did Mondo say about this? She wanted to get stronger, so I assume that due to her inferiority complex about being weak, she admired strength more than anything else. And Sakura, okay. She declined several times. Despite this, Chihiro stated that she desired help with her efforts. She may have been meeting someone. Okay. Alright then. Finish preparations. First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. So is it a non-stop debate? Okay. Yeah, it was a headwind. The dumbbell. Well, he asked what kind. Alright. I missed. What was the key to slow down? Was it shift? No, it wasn't shift. Alright. Let's see. I think it was spacebar. Yeah, it was spacebar. Alright. Okay. I guess he was referring to like... Okay.
藤崎さんに致命傷を与えた凶器って現場にあったダンベルじゃないかな。あのダンベルには血痕もついてたし、現場には他に凶器になりそうなものもなかったよね。
被害者の頭部の傷もダンベルの形と一致していたわ。疑う余地はない。間違いないでしょうね。
傷跡を調べたの？
ではその続きは俺から話すとしよう。と言ってもその犯人もすでに判明しているがな。マジかいな。藤崎千尋を殺した犯人は連続殺人鬼ジェノサイダーショーだ。
Did you really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Okay, I guess something new. Lines of white noise will appear. What does that even mean? Okay. Right mouse button. Alright. Let's see how this goes then. Alright. Let's see how this works then. A new element. Genocide Jack case file. Alright.
犯人はジェノサイダーショーだ。これは決定事項だ。
そんなのありえないって。
なぜありえない？
だっていくらなんでもそんな。っていうか根拠が
Okay,
ない
that's
じゃ
what we're
ん。
gonna have to shoot then.
ところでジェノサイダーショーってあれでしたっけ？
Alright, so we have to shoot Hina's thing. Let's go for that then.
犯人はジェノサイダ
Fast
ー
forward
シ
through
ョー
this.
だ。これは決定。
そんなのありえない。
なぜありえない？
だっていくらなんでもそんな。っていうか根拠がないじゃん。
There. Perfect. We didn't have to use a silencer.
根拠ならあるかもしれない。
Mm-hmm.
図書室の書庫で見つけたファイルに書いてあ
I
った。
found this file. Actually, Byakuya found it and showed you, but whatever.
ジェノサイダーショーの事件をまとめた警察の極秘資料らしいんだけど。
待て、おかしいだろ。なんでそんなもんが証拠にあったんだよ。
その説明は面倒省くぞ。とにかくこの資料にはジェノサイダー小事件の特徴が克明に記されていた。それによるとジェノサイダー小事件には2つの特徴があるようだ。1つ目は現場に必ず血文字を残す。
父親がフィーバーでしたな。
My god.
血みどろフィーバーね。
重要なのはもう1つの特徴の方だ。何せ世間にはこう
世間に公表されてない事実で？
苗木、お前が教えてやるといい。
How the victim was positioned, yeah.
これだ。ジェノサイダー小事件では、
Mhm.
被害者の死体は必ず貼り付けにされているらしいんだけど、その事実は犯人以外だと警察上層部の人間しか知らないらしいんだ。だが今回の事件では藤崎は確かに貼り付けにされていたはずだ。では犯人はなぜ知っていたんだろうな。犯人と警察上層部しか知らない 貼り付けの特徴。
I like how they talk. I mean, when they voice act in Japanese, they have to say the name of the other character. The English subtitle says like the first name, and they actually speak with the last name, right? So, for example, when Chihiro pops up at the bottom, they say Fujisaki. And I suppose it's the same for everyone else.
その理由は一つしか考えられない。犯人が本物のジェノサイダーショーだからだよ。
マジかよ。
ではジェノサイダーショーは私たちの中にいるのですか？
深川塔子だ。
Oh, he knows. Oh, he knows. Okay. All right.
深川塔子がジェノサイダーショーの正体だ。
How did he arrive at this conclusion? I want to see if he has the same reasoning as me or not.
ちょっと待ってよ。でも深川ちゃんは血が苦手なんだよ。血が苦手な殺人鬼なんて聞いたことないんですけど。
ジェノサイダーショーはそいつであってそいつではない。それが今の質問への答えだ。
謎か回りくどいべ。
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for a genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? What's happening now then? Okay. Whoa. What word is this? Excuse me? Is it maybe an S? I don't know, dude. What? It's either an R or an S. I'm gonna go with an S, I suppose. I don't even know what word I'm looking for. Okay. I'm guessing it's a C, maybe. Is it a Z? And then an O? Schizo? Like schizophrenic?
そうか、わかったぞ。
ジェノサイダーショーは
Alright.
重人格者だから。
That was kind of scary.
あのファイルにもそんなことが書いてあったよね。犯人は乖離性同一性障害の可能性があると考え
だからって深川塔子殿がそうだとは。
言い切れるんだよ。深川が多重人格者だということは死体発見直後のそいつの
Her behavior changed.
これだ。それって彼女の口調が変わったこと？思い出してみろ。そいつが藤崎の死体を見
Yeah. Okay, I'll just skip through this because we already saw it.
確かに様子がおかしかったな。彼女の代名詞である陰気な口調がなくなっていた。
勝手にそんな代名詞をつけないでよ。
しかもそいつは気がついた後、藤崎の死体を見ても平然としていた。つまりお前の中に血の苦手な人格とそうでない人格が混在しているという。
じゃあ深川ちゃんがジェノサイダーに怯えて部屋の中に閉じこもってたのは？
She was scared of herself, I suppose. We're doing something about it, right?
そもそもそいつが部屋に閉じこもっていたのは外の人間を中に、中の人間を外に出さないためだったんだ。深川塔子は恐れていたんだよ。 自分の中にいる殺人鬼が
Makes sense.
人を殺していくことをな。
どうして？
そうだよ、どうしてそんなことまでわかるの？
朝比奈、お前は勘違いしているようだ。深川が言った「どうして」の意味は「どうしてわかるの？どうしてバラしたの？」という意味だ。そいつが俺に妙な相談を持ちかけてきたのは昨日の夜、モノクマから動機の話をされる直前だった。
Okay.
そこでそいつは実に興味深い話をしてくれた。自分の中に殺人鬼がいる。そいつが暴れ出さないかといつも怯
She
えている。
basically told him, like.
そのせいで自分はネクラで排他的な性格になった。
Is she mad because he revealed it all? Oh well.
嘘だよね、深川ちゃん。
待っててくれるって言ったのに。
You really can't trust Byakuya, right? I mean, not even in this situation. I don't know why she told him. Well, I mean, I know why, because she's in love with him, I suppose, but whatever.
約束したのに。
If I was Hifumi, I would be really scared to be like right next to her, right?
お前が勝手に勘違いしただけだ。聞いてもいないのに自分の不幸話をひきらかすな。ここは現実世界だ。
Oh,
恋愛小説の世界じゃな
that
いん
must
だ
be
ぞ。
triggering for her.
それに約束を破ったのはそっちが先だ。ここにいる間は何があろうと絶対に。それにもかかわらず。
Oh,
約束を守れば付き合ってくれるって。
that would make sense.
だから約束したのに。
だから言っているだろう。それはお前の勘違いだと。だがどちらにせよ約束は守れなかったな。
努力したわ。必死に抑えつけようとしたけど。
残念だったな。その努力は無駄だったようだ。
ひどい。
さてと、そろそろ前座は終わりだ。あとは本人から直接話を聞くとしよう。
Just gonna transform? Teku's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second,
私に変われってことかしら。
okay.
やだ、何？
もしかしてバレちゃったけ？まあいっか、しゃあないもんね。私は超高校級の殺人鬼ことジェノサイダーシャー。本名は深川タコっていうダッセー名前だけどね。
I love the way she talks. She like talks slowly and then speeds up to finish sentences. Her emphasis on certain words. Wow. Voice acting is on point.
なんだよこいつ。
どうしたんだ深川君。
二重人格だからって何さ。その片方の人格が殺人鬼だからって何さ。欠点の一つくらい目をつぶってよね。
Okay. Her sprite is wow.
健全な殺人は健全な精神と肉体に宿るの。
それにしてもここまで違うものか。普段のあいつとは。
そう、世界の全ては表と裏で構成されているのです。9回表に9回裏があるように、真実の裏に嘘があるように、ネクラの裏には 太陽のような朗らかさがあるのです。
I can't get over her voice acting, it's so awesome. Props to whoever did that. This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
ですね、ジェノサイダー少佐、一つ聞きたいのですが。
何？
あなたが黒幕って話があったんですが、それについてはどうお考えですかね。
教えよう。私こそが正真正銘の黒幕なのだ。嘘だけどね。じゃあ違う？
当たり前でしょ。僕をそんな変態さんと一緒にしないでよ。っていうかさ、外の警察も外の社会も最近はこんなおまぬけ殺人鬼を野放しにしてるなんてさ。
自分が加害者なのも分かってる。でもね、生きるってことは他人を傷つけることでもあるの。人は生きるために人を傷つけ、生きるために人に傷つけられているの。
Okay.
これでお前たちも分かったはずだ。その殺人鬼が藤崎を殺したんだよ。動機もある以上間違いない。
動機だと。
昨日俺たちはモノクマに言われたな。24時間以内に誰かを殺して卒業しなければ恥ずかしい思い出や誰にも言えない過去をばらす。
Okay.
では深川塔子の思い出や過去がジェノサイダーの件だったらどうだ。そんな事実をばらされてしまえば深川塔子は間違いなく破滅する。つまりそいつには絶対にばらされたくないという動機も存在したんだよ。
なるほどね。なるほどなるほどなるほど。でも残念でした。私は犯人じゃないのです。
Knew it.
ですが、あなたのような殺人鬼以外にあんな猟奇的な殺しができるとは思えませんわ。
だけどもそれが真実なのよね。
誰が信じると思う。
そうだよ。殺人鬼の言葉なんて信じらんないよ。
The thing is, she's not the blackened, right? So we won't be killing her in the trial. How do we live with her after knowing that? Are we like gonna tie her up and just keep her like, I don't know, closed in the bathroom or something and just feed her every now and then? Okay. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all of this. Non-stop debate. Alright. Status of the dead body. What does that even mean? Okay.
そんな言葉を誰が信じると思う。
アリバイでもあれば別ですが。
アリバイだってなんかそれっぽい。
今回の殺人と過去のお前の事件、完全に手口が一致している。
No, it doesn't.
それ以上の根拠はあるまい。諦めろ。犯人はお前だ。
It doesn't match because there was no scissors used. And the scissors were always left on the scene of the crime. This time, to be hung up, it was the extension cord for the lamp, right? Or just like an electrical cable, because it had a plug on the end. So that's where the false statement is.
私は殺してないや。
そんな言葉を誰。
アリバイでもあれば。
Okay.
今回の殺人と過去のお前の事件、完全に手口が一致している。
Let's see.
それは違う。
完全に手口が一致。
本当にそうなのかな。藤崎さんの殺人と過去のジェノサイダーショーの事件。
あ？どこが違うんだ？
おやおや、わかんないの？どさこがじゃあ教えてやんよ。私はね、信念と情熱を持ってやってんの、だから私の殺しには一流ならではのこだわりってもんがあんのよ。人気ラーメン店がスープや麺や具材にこだわんのと一緒だけど、この藤崎千尋の殺人はこれじゃあ人気ラーメン店監修のインスタント麺程度の仕上がりよ。こんなの私の仕事じゃないわ。
僕からもう一度ちゃんと説明するけど、藤崎さんの殺人と過去のジェノサイダー小事件には明らかに異なる点が2つ存
Two
在するんだ。
differences? The victim's fatal injury.
これだ。致命傷が違うんだよ。過去のジェノサイダー小事件の被害者たちは全て同じ方法で殺されてたみたいだった。同じ方法。事件ファイルを見る限りみんなハサミで殺されてたんだ。でも藤崎さんは頭部を殴打されて殺されてたよね。
確かに過去の事件とは違いますな。
変だよね。いつも同じ手口のジェノサイダーショーが今回に限って手口を変えるなんて。でもそれだけじゃないんだ。異なる点はもう一つあるんだよ。
そう、私の殺人芸術において血文字がチャーシューだとすると、貼り付けとはいわば煮卵なの。
つうかラーメンに例えるのそろそろやめな
I mean, it's creepy, but it's a really good analogy if you think about it. I mean, it makes sense if you understand her point of view.
つまり2つ目の相違点とは人に関するものなのだな。
Mm-hmm. The extension cord.
これだ。藤崎さんの貼り付け。そこで彼女は手をロープ状のもので結ばれて貼り付けにされてたよね。
それがどうしたのです？
だけど過去のジェノサイダー小事件で貼り付けに使われてたのは、それも鋭利なハサミだったんだよ。
私は殺しにも貼り付けにも自作のマイハサミを使用しているの。一流なんだから道具にこだわって当然でしょ。それにマー君は2つの相違点って言ったけど、それも違う。
What does that even mean? There's 3 differences.
マー君って僕のことか。
マー君、相違点はも
All
う
the
一つ
corpses are male, aren't they? And Chihiro is a female. But I had the suspicion at the start of the game that she was actually a male dressing up as a female. It hasn't been referenced yet. Maybe it's gonna be referenced now. Maybe I was like totally off. Maybe I'm just stupid. But I think that might be like this difference she's about to mention.
おや、気づかない？過去の私の事件で被害者になった連中、そこに隠された法則にさ。
法則だ。
その法則から考えればすぐにわかるじゃない。私が
Cheetah didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is... Okay. Because Chihiro was a girl.
これだ。もしかして
リンゴ入りました。
どういうことだべ？
過去のジェノサイダー小事件の被害者たちには
They're all boys. Okay.
男だらけ？
私が信念と情熱を持ってやるのは燃える男子だけなの。恥ずかしい。言っちゃった。
なんだそれ。
仕方ないじゃない。だって私は不女子だもん。ネクラ人格が毛嫌いしてるバッキバキの不女子だもん。貴婦人コースまちぐれの不女子なんだもん。
燃えないから女子である藤崎君は殺さないと。
ラーメン職人がパスタ作ってどうすんの。同じ麺料理だからって舐めてないって
The
感じよ。
food analogy is on point. Like, really.
信念と情熱があるからこそ譲れない一線。それこそ唯一無二で完全無欠な。
お前の趣味や趣向は分かった。だが生き残るために殺人を犯さなければならない場合は
だったら負け犬が。
負け犬。
Lowly cur.
私はね、生き残るためとかそんなせこい理由で殺しなんかしねえんだ。だけども万が一生き残るために殺さなきゃいけない場合があったら、誰が貼り付けや血文字なんかやるかっての。バレバレだしめんどいだけじゃねえか。
それも
It
もっ
does.
ともですわね。
それにどんな場合の殺しだろうと使い慣れたハサミは絶対に外されんですけど、わざわざクソ重いダンベルなんか誰が使うかって。
Big, stupid, heavy dumbbell.
学園内に適当なハサミがないから近場にあったダンベルを代
You
用
think
した
her
ので
scrawny
は。
arms can lift up a dumbbell? I don't know.
適当なハサミ
Is she gonna take out like a bunch of scissors from inside her clothes?
私が使うのは適当なハサミじゃなくてガイアさえひざまつく超おしゃれな自作のハサミよ。
なおさらこの学園にはねえべ。
それはどうかしらん。
Is she really gonna do it? Is she gonna take out scissors like out of nowhere?
じゃじゃじゃじゃ
Oh my god.
装備済み。
いつでもどこでもやれるようにね。身近にあって慣れ親しんでるハサミを使わずにロープやダンベルなんか使うわけねえだろ。なんか違うねえだろこの負け犬ども。そもそもさ、私って肩結びできないのよね。だからロープなんて使えないし。
わけがわからなくなってしまったぞ。本当にこの殺人
I
鬼は犯
mean,
人ではないのか。
innocent on this specific circumstance? Yes. Innocent in general? No.
だけどよ、あの死体は貼り付け
Shut
に
up,
されてた
Mondo.
んだぞ。それって一般。
だから模倣犯じゃなくて本人の仕業って話になったんだしね。
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the genocide Jack cases. Okay, the person who could have copied it was Byakuya, but Byakuya isn't the killer. Am I still supposed to select him? Right? Because I think Mondo is the killer. But I'm pretty sure they're telling me to pick Byakuya because he was the one that knew about the cases. I think.
これが僕の答えだ。戸上君、君なら可能だったんじゃないかな。君は非公開の政府関連資料や警察内部資料にも簡単に目を通すことができるような人物なんだし、それにジェノサイダー小事件の捜査報告書は前からよく見てたんだよね。
つまり戸上白夜殿が犯人だと。
では戸上くんがジェノサイダー小犯人説を主張してジェノサイダー小に自分の罪をかぶせるためだったので。
じゃあ現場を偽装して私の犯行に見せかけたのってイケメンメガネだったのね。燃える。
そうなんだ戸上君、耐えたまえ。
そう、俺が怪しいと言うんだな。 では聞くが、いつから俺が怪しいと思い始めた？それについてはどう答える？
今振り返って考えてみると、死体を発見する直前の戸上君の行動。
And the locker rooms, they're suspicious, very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Suspicious. It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
戸上君は最初から女子更衣室に行こうとしたよね。でもさ、男子だったら普通は。
男子更衣室から見るはずか？被害者は女の藤崎だった。だから女子更衣室を先に調べると言ったまでだ。
何もおかしくありませんな。
やっぱりおかしいよ。
では何がおかしいのか苗木よ。
Share with the rest of the class. Come on. There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. Oh, more. Yay. Next we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from the truth cylinder. I don't even know what that means. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I'll say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. The left mouse button? If I hold down the left mouse button. Mm-hmm.
どこが変なの？チャンスがあれば女子更衣室に入る。
男子としては当然の行動。被害者の藤崎は女だ。だから女子更衣室を先に調べると言ったんだ。寄り道している場合ではなかったからな。それのどこがおかしいんだ？
僕も連れてって欲しかったですな。
Why is Hifumi even part of this? Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realized that there's a clear contradiction there. So I have to memorize about Chihiro being a girl? Is that what it is?
男子としては当然の。被害者の藤崎は女だ。だから女子更衣室を先に調べると言ったんだ。寄り道している場合ではなかった。それのどこが。
Is that what I'm supposed to do? Do I just shoot it?
戸上の死体発見前の行動が変ってどこが変なの？チャンスがあれば女子更衣室に入る。男子としては当然の。
被害者の藤崎は女だ。
How do you use the truth bullet thing? I don't understand.
戸上の死体発見前の行動が変ってどこが変なの？チャンスがあれば女子更衣室に入る。男子としては当然。
被害者の藤崎は女だ。
Do I just shoot
だ
it
から
now?
女子更衣室を先に調べると言ったんだ。
No? What am I supposed to shoot it at? Like, at the same time?
それのどこがおかしいんだ？
I'm not sure how it works. Skip through this. So what I do is memorize it, right? And then shoot it. How am I supposed to memorize it though?
戸上の死体発見前の行動が変ってどこが変なの？チャンスがあれば女子更衣室に入る。男子としては当然。
被害者の藤崎は女だ。だから女子更衣室を先に調べると言ったんだ。 寄り道している場合ではそれの僕も連れてってほしかったですな。
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to wait?
戸上の
Am I
死体
supposed
発
to
見
try
前
and
の
memorize
行動が
this
変ってどこが変なの？
and then shoot at the next statement? Is that how it works?
被害者の藤崎は女だ。
Okay, that's how it works. So you memorize a different statement to make that. Okay.
戸上くんの発言はやっぱり変だよ。
You memorize a different statement to make that into your temporary bullet, and then shoot another statement with that new bullet. Okay.
だって死体を発見するまでは被害者が誰かなんて分からなかったはずだよ。つまり被害者が藤崎さんだから先に女子更衣室を見たって主張は成立し。
なるほど、いい答えだ。面白い面白いぞ苗木誠。だがそれだけの根拠でどうした？根拠はそれだけか？他にもあるはずだぞ。それを
He's acting like nothing, like it has nothing to do with him.
どうした？それで終わりじゃないだろう。他にも根拠があるんだよな。
根拠ならあるわよ。さっきも話していた今回の事件と過去のジェノサイダー小事件との相違点、根拠はそこに隠されているはずよ。
俺が犯人だという根拠がか？
Is he talking about the extension cord? More non-stop debate? Okay. Library desk lamp. Okay. Let's see.
2つの事件の相違点ね。もう一回私から説明しようか。私が殺しで使うのは自作のマイハサミ、貼り付けに使うのも自作のマイハサミですが、藤崎さんの貼り付けにロープじゃありませんでしたか？
そうだ、確かにロープだったぞ。
あのロープは怪しいですな。
おい戸上、あれはどこから持ってきたんだ？
あんなロープに見
I'm
覚
gonna
え
shoot
な
over there just to not shoot that.
それは違うよ。戸上くんは見覚えがあるはずだよ。藤崎さんの貼り付けに使われたあのロープ、あの延長コードにね。
延長コードですと？
実際戸上くんは図書室であの延長コード、しかもあの延長コードは事件後には図書室からなくなってたんだ。延長コードを使っていた本人がそのことに気づかないはずがないよ。
では延長コードを持ち出したのは戸上くんだ。それ以外には考えられまい。
なるほど、そうか。では結論は、俺は藤崎千尋を女子更衣室で殺した後、その犯行をジェノサイダーショーの仕業、そういうこ
It
とでい
still
いか？
doesn't make too much sense. Maybe Byakuya wanted to frame Genocide Jack, but took the opportunity after the murder took place, right? Like, since he knew about Genocide Jack, maybe he is really passionate about solving the crimes and putting her in jail or something. So he took this opportunity. Well, it wouldn't put her in jail. She would be dead, technically. But still, I don't know. It's kind of weird. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned, as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved.
どうした？それでいいのかと聞いているんだ。
いいに決まってんだろ。これで決まりだ。戸上の野郎が犯人だ。
賛成度反対度反対だどうだ。
ゲームだのなんだの言っていた戸上くんならいかにもやりそうな犯行だ。
あのさ、もうちょっとだけ待ってもらえる？もう少しだけ話し合ってみない？
あ？そんな必要あんのか？
そうかもしれないけど、やっぱりまだ引っかかるんだ。
かかる？何が引っかかるんだ？俺が藤崎千尋を女子更衣室で殺し、 そうすることでこの犯行を頭のおかしい殺人鬼の仕業に見せかけ、それの何がかかるんだ？
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room. But does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. The scene of the crime? Maybe?
これだ。戸上君は藤崎さんを女子更衣室で殺したって言ったよね。でも本当にそうなのかな。現場が他の場所って可能性もあるんじゃないかな。
まったく、お前何を言い出すかと思えば期待外れもいいところだな。あいつは間違いなく女子更衣室で死んでいただろう。現場が他の場所で
Because of the
ある
rug
わ
and
け
the
がな
poster
い。
and all that stuff, maybe?
だけど他の場所で殺された後に運ばれた可能性だって現場ごとさ。
She was killed in the boys' locker room.
現場ごとだと？そこまで言うからには根拠があるんだろうな。
Hey Byakuya, did I take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who had been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
おい、諸君らだけで勝手に話を進めるな。殺害現場が他の場所とはどういう意味だ？
前にさっさとしろ。現場が他の場所だという可能性があるなら。
In the boys' locker room. There was something that was switched between the boys' and girls' locker room. The poster, there was two things actually, the poster and the rug. But I'll go with the poster.
これだ。現場が他の場所だと示す根拠は
ポスターが根拠だと？
女子更衣室にあったポスターってさ、巨乳グラビアアイドルのものだったんだけど、それってなんか変じゃない？だって女子更衣室のポスターがグラビアアイドルのものなんてさ、
巨乳じゃなくて巨乳だったりして。
それともう一方の男子更衣室に貼られていたのは女子に大人気のアイドルグループトルネードのポスターだったんだ。これも男子更衣室にはふさわしくないよね。
つまり女子更衣室と男子更衣室のポスターは
それだけじゃないよ。2つの更衣室にはそうだよね。
The rugs.
大神さ
ん、もしやプロテインコーヒーのことを言っておるのか。
プロテインコーヒー？
以前女子更衣室でのトレーニング中に床にプロテインコーヒーをこぼしてしまってな。されど事件後に見たときはそのシミがきれいに
I haven't gotten much opportunity to hear her voice acting, but it's really good. I really like it too. The carpets. Is that a thing? Yeah.
これだ。女子更衣室のカーペットにあったシミは掃除されたわけじゃないんだ。男子更衣室のカーペット
What I'm saying is you have to be pretty strong to move all the equipment off of the rug and replace it with the different room, right? It would take some effort.
それは確かに我がこぼしたプロテインコーヒーの痕跡だ。
ではカーペットまでもが入れ替えられていたというのですか？ですが何のためでしょう？
犯行現場を男子更衣室から女子更衣室に移すため。なんだ？つまり犯人は現場を入れ替えるために死体と一緒に血痕の付着したポスターとカーペットを移動させたんだよ。そうすることで現場を部屋ごと入れ替えたんだ。
確かにそう考えることはできますが、わざわざ現場を入れ替えるなんてどうしてそれへ、それ以前に 本当の殺人被害者である藤崎さんはどのようにして男子更衣室に入ったのですか？更衣室に入るにはカードリーダーに電子生徒手帳を搭載ですが、女性である藤崎さんの電子生徒手帳で、つま
りいや方法ならある。なんなら俺が教えてやってもいいべ。
怪しいですわね。
怪しくない。ビシッと教えてやる。その方法ってやつをな。
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Yeah, he can. She can. Let's see. Broken e-handbook. Mm-hmm.
本当にあるのですか？藤崎さんが男子更衣室に入る方法が。
あ、僕には分かったぞ。彼女は電子生徒手帳を改造したのだ。彼女は超高校級のプログラマー。それくらいはできたはずだぞ。
いや、そうじゃねえって。あいつは玄関ホールのあれを使ったんだ。
あれとは
もちろんクワタッチの電子生徒手帳だべ。あれを使えば男子更衣室に入れるはずだって。
So we shoot Leon's handbook with the broken e-handbook? Alright then. Let's fast forward through this time.
本当にある藤崎さんが
彼女は超高それくらい。いや、そう、あいつは玄関ホールのあれとは
もちろんクワタッチの電子生徒手帳だ。
それは違う。
藤崎さんが桑田君の生徒手帳を使ったとは考えられないよ。
なんでだべ。
壊れてたんだよ、玄関ホールにあった桑田君の生徒手帳は。
なるほど、じゃあ無理だな。
呆れるほどにあっさりだな。
それ以前に他人の生徒手帳を使うのは法則違反じゃありません？
法則にあったのは他人への貸与禁止だけだ。つまり死人の電子生徒手帳をいくら借りようとも。
そう、その通りなのです。
だがそもそも壊れているのでは話にならんな。
こうなるとやはり改造したのだな。超高校級のプログラマーの。
どっこい、電子生徒手帳の改造は不可能だよ。勝手に中を開けると。
桑田の電子生徒手帳でもなく改造したわけでもない。
むしろ苗木誠殿の推理の方が間違い。
被害者が男子更衣室に入れないならそうなっちゃうよね。
では僕は戸上君に投票するぞ。
No. I don't know what else I can do. Okay, Kyoko to the rescue.
苗木君の推理はいい線いってると思うけど。
久々に口開いたと思ったら何言ってやがんだ。あいつは男子更衣室に入れねえんだぞ。だったら
どうして入れないって決めつけられるの？男子更衣室に入った可能性は残っ
ギリギリ君、それはどのような可能性だ？
そうね、それを確かめるためにどうかしら、少し学級裁判を休憩しない？
Okay.
みんなを連れて行きたい場所があるんだけど。
ちょっと何言ってんのさ。
その方が学級裁判も盛り上がると思うわよ。それはあなたにとっても好都合なはずだけど。
学級裁判が盛り上がるの？じゃあいいよ。学級裁判の中断を宣言しましょう。
本当に？
見せたいものってどこにあんの？
ご期待に添えると思うわ。
Lofty expectations. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was... So dead body. The girls' locker room.
ここは散々調べたぞ。今さら何だというのだ。
被害者の死体、もう一度詳しく調べてみて。全身をじっくりとね。
じっくりと対応される。
Okay, is she actually a boy dressed as a girl? Like my first assumption was when I met her. Is that actually a thing? Like, is that actually what's happening right now? And that's how she got into the boys' locker room?
女性の体をベタベタと触るわけにもいかないから。
俺は気持ち悪いとかそういうあれじゃなくて。
ならば我がやろう。
でも女の子のさくらちゃんが死体に触るなんて、やっぱここは。
いや、藤崎も男に触られるよりは我に任せておけ。
さくらちゃん、
あれユリなの？二人ってそういう関係？
そんなんじゃないよ、ふざけないで。
では始め、藤崎よ。
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began quietly examining her body.
全身をじっくりと調べるのよ。そうすれば謎が解けるわ。
全身をとは言うが、こんなことに。
Does he have a penis?
どうしたの？
He's going Super Saiyan
バ
again.
カだ。そんなバカだ。
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled. So my suspicion is that she's actually a boy dressed as a girl, and that's why she didn't want to hang out with the girls, and instead decided to talk more with the boys.
こいつは。
何？
I was right. I was right. My first assumption, when I first met her, I was right.
そうですか。男の人でしたが、本当にありがとうございました。
冗談だね。
我は冗談など言わぬ。
本当のあのか。
男？藤崎さんが？
おやおや、お前ら知らなかったの？そんなの最初から
I'm synced up with Monokuma's way of thinking.
藤崎千尋は男の子だよ。
なんと女装だったか。己燃えやがる。やっときやがった。
なるほどね。ギリギリさんが見せたいものって。うっぷっぷっぷっぷ。確かに面白くなってきたね。じゃあテンションを持続させたまま。長らくお待たせしました。では学級裁判を再開します。衝撃の事実発覚。藤崎千尋は。
どんな理由があったかは知らないけど、藤崎千尋は
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy, the thought had never even crossed my mind.
そして被害者が男性だったなら男子更衣室にも問題なく入れたはずよ。
奴の電子生徒手帳が男のものならそうなるな。
もちろん男子の電子生徒手帳を配ってあるよ。
そうなると苗木君の推理通りだとしても、被害者は男子更衣室で殺され、その後女子更衣室に入るときは舞園さんや江ノ島さんの電子生徒手帳を使えば容易だったはずよ。
では藤崎君が殺された現場は本当に男子更衣室だったのだ。
相変わらず現場を移動させた意図はわからないけど、その可能性は高いでしょ。
そうか、妙だと思ったんだ。あいつの体の感触、女の体の割にはどうも
なんか興奮する
Titillating
シチュエーションね。
situation.
だがこれでつながった。全ての謎がようやく明らかになったな。
明らかになるも何もあんたが犯人って流れだったはずだけど。
面白い。
違う世界に行ってしまいましたな。
それで苗木君はどう思うの？これでもまだ
I
犯
don't.
人は戸上君だと思うの？
藤崎さんの死をジェノサイダーショーの犯行に見せかけたのは間違いなく戸上君だったと思う。だけどやっぱり犯人は戸上君じゃないのかも。
何を？そもそも苗木誠殿が。
だって戸上君の余裕の態度はまるで他人事だよ。そんな風に振る舞っていられるのって。
実際に他人事だから。
それに戸上君が残したし、わざわざ延長コードを使うことで自分が関わった証拠をあえての、そんな風に思えるんだ。それに宮殺害現場が男子更衣室だと知った時明らかに動揺した様子を見せたよね。藤崎さんが男だと知った時もだよ。本当の犯人ならそんなところで動揺するはずがないのに。
なるほどな。そうか。明確な根拠がないのが気になるが、まあいいだろう。とりあえず正解にしておいてやるか。
正解？
苗木の言う通りだ。俺は犯人ではない。たまたま最初に女子更衣室で死体を見つけたんで、あんな偽装をしてみたというわけだ。
Okay, now picture this. Mondo is the killer, based on what I think. Imagine coming back to the scene, pretending like you didn't kill her, right? And seeing her put in this position of the same way Genocide Jill or Genocide Jack kills the victims. You'd be like dumbfounded. Because your memory of killing was like, oh, I left her in the boys' locker room or something. And now you come back and she's in the girls' locker room and she's hung up and there's something written on the wall with blood. It's like really confusing. Not effing with you right now.
信じられるか。
信じたくないならそれで結構。
もしそれが本当ならさ、じゃああんたはどうして？
そんな理由などどうでもいい。
So the reasoning actually is maybe that he's like really enjoying how genocide Jack or Jill kills, right? Or he's really intrigued by the way that's performed, and he wants to actually find out who that was, and he did by finding out it was Toko.
おい、苗木。俺が犯人ではない。
それはもう少し話し合ってみない。
まだ続けんの？もういいんでない？
私は付き合うわよ。疑問があるならとことん話し合う。もしここで判断を誤れば。
そうですわね。では私もお付き合いいたしましょう。
もちろん俺も参加するべ。
君には意志というものがないのか。
昆虫じゃねえし、意志くらいあんぞ。
もう一度話し合ってみようよ。
More non-stop today.
そうだな。
命かかっ。
それでは。
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy. Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. So I think there's like 6 guys left. And we know 2 of them aren't, so that leaves us with 4. And one of those 4 is Mondo, so I'm still sticking with Mondo.
何か犯人に繋がる手がかりはないのか。
Okay.
と言われても
Well, that's spinning way too much.
誰か犯人を目撃していないのか。
Well,
犯人を目撃していないのか。
much.
犯人を目撃していないのか。
Well,
犯人を目撃していないのか。
that's
してたら最初から言うべ。
ならば
Yeah.
被害者の目撃でもよい。
今は少しでも新しい情報が必要だしね。
無理無理。やっぱ無理だって。どうせ被害者を目撃したの犯人だけだべ。
Okay, we shoot that.
そいつも名乗り出ねえだ
We
ろうし。
shoot when he says the killer and not only the killer. Okay. Let's speed through that then.
何か犯人に繋がる手がかり。
誰か犯人してたら最初から。
ならば被害者の目撃でもよい。
今は少しでも
無理無理。やっぱどうせ被害者を目撃した犯人だけだべ。
Alright.
それは違うよ。被害者を目撃した人なら他にもいたはずだよ。そうだよね、セイスさん。
そういえばそうでした。私が見ていましたわね。
火事ですか？
ああ、この話は苗木君にしかしていませんでしたか。では皆さん知らなかったのですね。ですから醜く騒いでいらしたのですね。
いいからさっさと話したまえ。
昨日の夜時間になる直前でした。藤崎君を寄宿舎の
I really like how Celeste talks, but her attitude is kind of like, like she's really pretentious and stuff, right? And she seems like she could lose her cool on certain intricate details. So it's kind of like I'm fond of her as a character, but at the same time, it's kind of like she seems like a crazy person, but whatever. And she's going to be a killer at some point.
藤崎君はスポーツバッグの中にジャージな
I'm
どを
almost
詰め
positive
込んでおられまし
of
た。
that she's going to be a killer at some point.
おそらくその足でトレーニングに向かったのでしょう。
スポーツバッグにジャージ。現場にそんなものは残されていなかったぞ。
おそらく犯人が処分したのだろう。
その時なのですが、彼は気になる言葉を口走っていたのです。藤崎君は確かに急ぐと言っていましたわ。急ぐということは誰かと待ち合わせをしていた。
つまり藤崎千尋殿は誰かと待ち合わせをし、その
我や朝比奈がいくら誘っても一緒にトレーニングしようとはしなかった。
それは正体がバレるのが嫌だったからだろ。
逆に言えば待ち合わせをしていた人物はよほど信頼されていたのですね。大事な秘密がバレても構わないと思えるほどに。
麗しき友情ね。
要はその待ち合わせ相手が犯人で、それが
I'm
誰か
guessing
の
the
か突き止めれ
person
ばいいんだね。
they trusted was Mondo because he had promised not to scream at him anymore. So yeah, I suppose.
でもこれだけの手がかりじゃ見当も。
ついているじゃない。
Alright, let's see. Of course I do. I've known since the beginning, but we have to go through this process. Because legal issues and stuff. It's you, dude.
誰が犯人だ。
犯人が処分したスポーツバッグやジャージに注目してみるのよ。その特徴から考えれば彼が誰と会ったかは明白になるはずよ。
それは本当なんですの？すでに処分された証拠から犯人が判明するなんて。
まさか指紋を調べるとか。
道具もないのに素人の僕らには
そもそも証拠品はすでに処分されている。指紋を。
それでも推理ならできるはずよ。みんな
話し合ってみろって言われ。じゃあセレスちゃんに聞くけど、そのバッグやジャージには何か。
バッグは倉庫にある普通のバッグです。倉庫にあるバッグはその一種類だけですし、
我の記憶によればジャージにはある程度の種類があったはずだ。ということは藤崎の持っていたジャージに
彼が持っていたジャージについて
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. Okay, more non-stop debate, is it? Alright. Oof.
そもそも藤崎千尋はトレーニングに行こうとしていたはずよ。そこで彼はどうしてあんなジャージを選んだのかしらね。
あんなジャージとはどういう意味だ？
分かったぞ。彼が選んだジャージは犯人が持っているものとお揃いだったのだな。
つまり犯人はあいつと同じ青いジャージを持ってんだな。俺のは黒いジャージだ。
僕はジャージすら持ってないですぞ。だって運動って嫌いだもん。
俺は白いジャージを持ってんぞ。寄宿舎倉庫から持ってきたんだ。
本当にこんな話で犯人がわかるのですか？
いや、無理だろ。
苗木君も聞いたわね。今あの人の不用意な発言を。
He said the color of the tracksuit. And we had never mentioned it, right? And to defend himself, he said it was okay. Perfect then. Who's on a good exercise?
トレーニングに行こう。そこで彼はあんなジャージを選んだのかしら。
あんなジャージとはどういう。
分かったぞ。彼が選んだ犯人が持っているものとお揃いだ。
つまり犯人はあいつと同じ青い
My
ジャージを
tracksuit
持っ
is
てんだ。
black. Okay, we're gonna shoot the blue tracksuit thing. Not the. I was gonna shoot the black, but I'm gonna shoot the blue tracksuit thing. I'm gonna go for that then. Oops.
そもそも藤崎千尋はトレーニングに行こう。そこで彼あんなジャージを選んだのか。
あんなジャージ。
分かったぞ。犯人が持っているものと。
つまり
That, because we never saw the color.
青いジャージ。
それは違うよ。
ちょっと待って大和田君、今の言葉はおかしいよ。
おかしいって何がだ？
だってさっきセレスさんが証言。ジャージの色については何も言ってなかった。藤崎さんが着ていたジャージが。
おいセレス、藤崎の。
確かに
Oh,
青
okay.
でしたわね。
その話、学級裁判前に誰かにした？
私がこの話をしたのは苗木くんだけですわ。
では大和田はいつ知ったのだ？
You just guessed.
そりゃ
捜査の時にそのジャージを見つけて。いい
え、それはない。私たちが捜査を始めた時。
じゃあそいつがジャージの色を知ってるのは死ぬ前のチータンが持ってるのを見ていたから。それしかねえじゃん。
チータンって藤崎ちゃんのこ
でどうなのよ。
She apparently really likes food, huh? She makes food comparisons. She calls us Big Mac, now Cherry.
たまたまだ。昨日の夜たまたま見たんだ。あいつがジャージを持って歩いてるところよ。
いや、それもありえないよ。だって
Yeah, alright.
藤崎さんはセレスさんに指摘された後、ジャージをバッグの中にしまったらしいんだ。だからたまたま見ただけじゃバッグの中のジャージの色なんて。
墓穴を掘ったわね。
むしろそう仕向けたんだろ。そのためにあんなことを言ったんだな。藤崎千尋のジャージの特徴から考えれば奴が。
なるほど。ウラフだ。あなたの真の目的は犯人。そのために犯人が分かったなどと言って。
Smart.
そうよ。ただし私は最初から大和田君を狙い撃ちにするつもりだ。
でもどうして大和田君が怪しいって思ったの？
さあどうしてかしら。
Because I hate him. The way he talked? Maybe?
私が大和田君を怪しいと思った。大和田君、あなたが無意識かもしれないけど、女性のことはあの女なんて呼ぶけど、男性のことはあいつと呼んでいたはずよ。そして殺人が起きた後、大和田君は藤崎千尋のことをその時に思ったのよ。大和田君は藤崎千尋が男。
Please tell me she's a detective. Please tell me when we find out what her ultimate thing is. She's like the ultimate detective or something like that. Because okay.
いいよ。恐ろしいのは私なんかじゃない。本当に恐ろしいのは人。
They were friends technically, right?
本当に君なのだ。本当に君が。
殺してねえ。大体何なんだよ。さっきから聞いてる揚げ足取ったり俺を犯人扱いするってのか。
そうだ、兄弟がそんなことするはず
Just
がない。
because you're bros.
言いがかりに決まってる。
確かに根拠としては弱いわね。
そんなあっさりと。
ですが困りましたわね。もう手が。
Oh yeah, Hifumi had something to say he never told us.
ささやいております。僕のゴーストが。
そういえば山田君は言ってたよね。
本当？それってどんな証拠なの？いや
冷静に考えてみると、
急に自信なくすなっつうの。いいから出してみ。
そこまで言うならじゃあこれです。
あねね、それは
電子生徒手帳です。落ちてるのを見つけ、そして拾ったのです。
You found it on the ground. Then it must belong to Chihiro.
これだ。確か藤崎さんの電子生。
ええ、そうだったわね。
やはりそうでしたか。僕もそう思ってたんですよ。
じゃあそこに犯人の手がかりがあるんだね。
と思ったのですが、壊れてて起動すらしませんでした。
おそらく殺人が行われた後。
だが妙だな。その電子生徒手帳はそうか。
ええ、その通りです。完全防水でショック耐性も。
ですがこの電子生徒手帳は壊れていますわよ。自信満々の割には。
うぷぷ、実はそこに謎があったりして。さて、どうして電子生
How
徒
did
手
the
帳
hand
は。
break? There's only one possible explanation. By hitting its weak point, I suppose. But I don't know what the weak point is.
モノクマは前に言ってたよな。この電子生徒。
時、覚えてた。確かにそう口を滑らせたかもしれないけど。
だがめったなことでは壊れぬ電子生徒手帳が立て続けに2体。
誰かがその弱点に気づいたとしか思えないわね。え、モノクマは知っているのよね。その弱点って何なの？
それを言えと。
学級裁判をフェアに進めるためにも必要。
でもそれを教えちゃって真似する人が出てきた。いいじゃん、教えて。絶対に真似しないから。しょうがないな。お願いされると弱いんだよ。じゃあ特別に発表いたしましょう。長時間高温状態にさらされると熱暴走してぶっ壊れてしまうんです。
So the sauna incident, right? When Mondo and the moralist dude that I can never remember the name of, they were having that competition in the sauna. Was that when Mondo realized the weakness of the e-handbooks? But wouldn't that mean his own e-handbook is broken? Or at least malfunctioning? Let's see.
やっぱりね。
やっぱり。
あっ ってこの電子生徒手帳は
Oh.
サウナに落ちていましたから。
サウナの室温は摂氏100度にもなりますが、どうしてそれは蒸発した汗の水分を、ちなみにサウナで高温の空気を皮膚に直接吹きつける、これは皮膚の周囲の空気層が乱れるせいなのです。ですのでサウナ内は
なるほど、また一つ賢くなったぞ。
どうでもいい豆知識ですけどね。
でもさ、被害者の電子生徒手帳がもしかして犯人が狙って壊したのかな。
ではやはり犯人は知っていたのだ。
でも犯人はどうやって知ったの？偶然知ったんだとしたら、
偶然とはどういう。
犯人は何かの折に偶然サウナでそこで電子生徒手帳の弱点を2度目の藤崎千尋の時は。
可能性はあるかもしれんが、ではサウナに電子生徒手帳を持ち込
Oh
む
yeah, because we were
ある
witnesses.
かもしれない。
マジですかいな。
一人だけ心当たりがあるよ。
Okay, let's pick Mondo Uwa.
これが僕の答えだ。大和田君、サウナで電子生徒手帳を壊したのって、
なんだと。
なぜだ、なぜそうなる。
前に大和田君と石丸君はサウナで我慢比べをしたよね。その時大和田君は制服を着たままサウナに入ってたけどさ、あの時の制服には電子生徒手帳が入ったままだったの。そこで大和田君は知ったんじゃないのかな、電子生徒手帳が。
待って、下前、そんな僕は認め
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. More non-stop debate. What is it this time? Broken e-handbook, Chihiro's e-handbook, card reader.
苗木君の推理通りだとすると、大和田君は以前自分の電子生徒手帳を壊していることになるわね。
つまり大和田君の生徒手帳が壊れていれば、今の推理が正しいということになりますわね。
He took Leon's handbook.
ほら見ろ。やはり苗木
He
君
took
の推理
Leon's
は間違
handbook
っている
and
んだ。
put
兄弟が人を殺す
and
は
put
ず
his
が
own
ないんだ。
handbook. Okay. Smart. I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during their Sauna showdown, if I just can prove that. Then that will show that the handbook Mondo has must actually be Leon's.
苗木君の推理通りだとすると、大和田君は以前自分の電子生徒手帳を壊している。
つまり大和田君の生徒手帳が今の推理が正しいということ。
俺の電子生徒手帳はちゃんと動く。
Let's see.
それは違うよ。そもそも大和田君が持ってる電子生徒手帳って
どういう意味だ。
玄関ホールにあった。本当はあの手帳が大和田君の君を、つまり大和田君は交換したんじゃないのか。壊れた自分の電子生徒手帳だってmonokumaも言ってたはずだよ。桑田君。
そうですね。あの程度のお仕置きで。
つまり玄関ホールに置かれていたのは、そして今大和田君が持っているものこそが。でも交換って法則に引っかからない。
僕はこう判断し、他人への対応禁止という校則ではグレーゾーンですが OK です。何によって死人と電子性。
どうなの大和田君、間違ってるなら。
Oh my gosh. This is so heartbreaking for Ishimaru. Cause, wait, let me just fix this up. Just imagine Ishimaru, like, realizing that his new friend is actually a murderer. It must be heartbreaking for him.
そうだ間違いだ今の推理はどこかが決定的に間違っている
だったらもう一度最初から事件を振り返ってみようか。今の推理が正しいかどうか全てはそこで判明するはずだ。
Okay, closing argument. There's something everyone has that you need to get into the locker room. I'm supposing. Which locker room did Chihiro go into? Where is the... You can't see it, whatever. Let's just go on. The weapon the killer used was the dumbbell. As the murder took place, some blood splattered onto something, didn't it? The poster? To disguise the truth, the killer switched around the carpet as well as something else. The poster. Which locker room did the killer move to? The girls. The killer took something from the other locker room and switched it at the scene of the crime. Oh wait. Oh, that's not it. What is it? It's this one, right? As the murder took place, some blood splattered onto something. This. To disguise the truth, the killer switched around the carpet as well as something else. I'm guessing it's this. And then the killer took something from the other locker room and switched into the scene of the crime. Which was... where is it? This, I'm guessing. Let's see. What was it that Byakuya brought to the murder scene? The extension cord thing. When Byakuya arrived on the scene, what did he use to disguise what had happened? The extension cord. But... I don't know. What's this? Where did the killer go after they were done? To the sauna. When the handbook got thrown into the sauna, what happened to it? Is this the handbook? I think it is. Right? Yeah. When Byakuya arrived on the scene, what did he use to disguise what had happened? I'm guessing this. And let's go back to the beginning. I think I missed something, right? Yeah, I missed this page. There's something everyone has that you need to get into the locker room. A handbook. And which locker room did Chihiro go into? I'm supposing it's this one over here. Okay, so everything's complete then. I think everything should be fine. Let's just reenact and see how it happens.
これが事件の全貌だよ。じゃあまずは事件前から振り返ってみようか。昨日の夜 セレスさんは倉庫にいる藤崎さん。その時藤崎さんは手にしたスポーツバッグ、そう、青いジャージだよ。そのバッグを持った藤崎さんは夜時間にもかかわらず、それは更衣室だよ。しかもでも女性だったはずの
Guess that wasn't it. Guess it was the other one that says in. I guess it's that then.
これが事件の全貌だよ。そのバッグを持った藤崎さんは、それは更衣室だよ。でも女性、なぜなら彼はだから自分の電子生徒手帳、男子更衣室で藤崎さんは誰かと待ち合わせていた。
But that's the murder weapon. Am I supposed to use this? Isn't that what it says? The weapon the killer used was the dumbbell. Alright.
犯人は君なんだ。男子更衣室でおそらく犯人は藤崎さんが油断している隙に襲いかかったんだ。その時男子更衣室のポスターへおそらく衝動的な殺人だったんだ。犯人は慌てて偽装工作に取り組み、同時にポスターも回収した。そして犯人は女子更衣室に入るにはだからといって犯人が女子に限ら玄関ホールには前園さんや江ノ島さん、それを使えば男子でもそしてさっき回収したカーペットとポスターを使い男子更衣室と女子更衣室の交換。今回の事件はそれだけ死体の第一発見者となった戸上君の現場に入った戸上君は図書室にあった延長コードを使ってあることを。そうなんだ、戸上君はさらに戸上君は被害者の血であたかもジェノサイダーショーの犯行だ。そしてその頃藤崎さんのスポーツバッグなんかを処分した犯人、最後の証拠品であるそして犯人の思惑通り犯人は知っていたんだよ。でなぜなら犯人はその前に自分のこれが事件の全貌のそうだよね、大和田モンド君。
Alright, we got that done.
待て、証拠はどうなんだ。証拠はあるのか。証拠がないなら
Evidence that Mondo is the killer that already revealed itself early in the trial. I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now. Once I do, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to the bullet time battles. Alright, it was already complicated, but I guess there's more. Fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to the max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push right mouse button, left mouse button, right mouse button, left mouse button, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your force gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to this special time, right? So we've also prepared something called nega time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates nega time during the bullet battle time, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate fever time at this point, No, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent will use... Okay. I guess we use fever time when they use nega time. Oh, what?
投票反対証拠を提出しろそんなはずない聞かないぞ認知できん濡れ衣だ証拠を提出しろ聞かないぞ濡れ衣だ空気が乱れる証拠を提出しろ
これで証明するよ。今までの僕の考えが当たって郷田君は壊れた自分の電子制だからここでみんなの手帳をそうすれば
その必要はねえよ。ああそう殺して
Okay. I'm excited to see the execution.
お待ちかねの投票タイムを始めます。お前ら、さて、その答えは正解。さあ、どうなん
Yes, it is so. The blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada. The vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. Poor Ishimaru. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He's heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now, nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak. Weak, 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 weak. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy. That was something Chihiro could not let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the arm would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet... But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger. Now's my chance. I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay, I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body, but sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it. When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask someone for help, but he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And that person he went to... Yup, it was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to be. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give him some courage. Give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become stronger. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that. So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done? That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he had made with Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also kill. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know. So that's what triggered it after all. A possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed. That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone. It's impossible. To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know. Do you know what Mondo did? Oh, okay. He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Awada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother. So he imitated him in everything he did. The battery's getting low on my phone. I hope I can make it to the end. Let's see. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and his number 2, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over Daya, huh? Daya created the gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why I gotta get stronger than Daya. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win. I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly, oh man. Laying in his kid brother's arm, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I effed up, sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. Oh, poor Mondo. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident, and as a result, the team was made even stronger, under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If what happened, everything could have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why, after I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously, Jesus. Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Because I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would... You're right, but I want to change. I wrap myself in lies, I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us. So what? You're saying I should just say it? You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never had. So I was jealous for him, and that jealousy broke me. Are you making fun of me? Am I strong? Oh, I'm strong? Are you effing with me right now? I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Wando. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak, something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything? What's wrong? Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face? No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength. That's right, I am strong. Strong, I'm strong. Stronger than you. And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past or for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. Just sit up. Go ahead, say what again, I dare you. Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Unfortunately, I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment. Alright, let's see this then. I'm so confused, I don't even know what I just watched. Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya. You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that? Of course I do, because this game is life or death. I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime? Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual. So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it. Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool, he didn't even have the slightest idea that I'd seen him. So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning? Indeed, but it had been the end of it. How boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have to answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought I would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up? So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene. But damn, man, if we had him figure out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I know who I'll have to watch out for. That's a death threat. So that was your reason. Are you satisfied? Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on. There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma. Oh, I'm up next. You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But, you know, a punishment this despair is not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself. You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. What do you mean? Mean. Okay. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor. And then everything will be revealed to me. Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship. Shut up, I would never stoop to the level of a childless criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I've achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand? In the name of the Tokami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion. Oh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear whatever it takes, I will kill you. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Okay. Guess that's that. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But now was the end. The killing came would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Yeah, それにしてもだね。いいペースだよ。これやっぱりさ、膠着状態になる前に一旦加速始めたら、あとはジェットコースターと一緒。恐怖と絶望は全ても残念なのは、せっかく連中の中に送り込んだ君。本来なら唇を切るのは君の役目だ。まあ言った。しょうがないから、君はそのまま学園生活を盛り上げ、みんなそれを望んでるんだか。
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
3サイズ以外の質
Who
問。
is it? The 16th high school student.
いやはや、いくらこ受付はした超却下だよ。鬼却下だよ。奥の手をあっさり他人に見せるばか。
Okay, so we are going to get a 16th student apparently. boys' lives of despair has come to an end, apparently. Alright. 10 left. Alright. Okay, so this is where I'm going to end it, and I'm going to try and do a closure as fast as possible because my phone is just running out of battery. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I really did enjoy it. There was a few plot twists I was not expecting, and I really can't wait to keep playing, get to the next execution and everything. They're really creative and I love them. If you have any questions or anything, you can visit my social media, Discord channel, or blog. I post the links to those in the description below, or you're free to leave a comment if you like. I really appreciate them and I try to read all of them. Feel free to like my videos and subscribe. Basically, that's about it. I hope you guys are taking care. Wish you all much love, and see you.